Good morning everyone. Before we take up the chapter from Fundamentals of Physical Geography, first chapter, I would like to tell you something about the importance of humanities stream. Okay, humanities can help us think critically, creatively, and help us reason well so that we can gain insight into a variety of subjects and topics. Humanities has been an important field since the times of ancient Greece, and the knowledge was used to explore poetry, history, culture, and arts. And if someone asks you what is the importance of humanities, you can say that humanities are the stories, the ideas, and the words that help us make sense of our lives, isn't it? And our world too, by showing how others have lived and thought about life. The humanities help us to decide what is important in our own lives and what we can do to make them better. Humanities help us understand others through their languages, histories and culture. They foster social justice and equality. Don't you think about it? And they also reveal how people have tried to make moral, spiritual and intellectual sense of the world, isn't it? And humanities teach empathy, right? And we can say that what can humanities teach us? The humanities teach students the creative thinking skills, right? And then reasoning and the best ways to ask questions. And these are fundamental skills that allow us to perform well in the fields from art and music to business and politics. Humanities studies also teach us about various cultures and how they have evolved over time or with the passage of time, how they all have evolved, right? Students who choose humanities stream have great career options too, because they learn human philosophy, fine arts, literature, liberal arts like history, geography, political science, isn't it? Through this stream. Okay, I hope that you must have understood the importance of humanities. Now, let us start the first chapter of geography, class 11, geography from the fundamentals of physical geography. This is one of the book from fundamentals of physical geography, and the name of the chapter is geography as a discipline. Children, you have learned a lot of things about physical geography like climatology, oceanography, geology, and about evolution of landforms, right? So, we will discuss these things in detail in class 11 geography. Okay. Now, let me tell you what does this chapter contain and what are the different topics. In this chapter, this chapter deals with the geography as an integrated or integrating discipline as a science of spatial attributes. Okay, why should we study geography? What is geography? Development of geography, relation between man and nature, relation between geography and other subjects. Geography answers the questions where, what and why, right? And this is the subject which answers all these questions. Very interesting one. And geography and social science relation and the different branches of geography. We'll discuss all these things here, right? The first topic, as just now I told you, that the geography as an integrating discipline, we'll have to discuss this, right? How can we say that geography is an integrated discipline? Well, the answer of this question is just like this, which I am going to explain you. Geography adopts a holistic approach in its study, okay, and recognizes the interdependency that exists in the world. This is very, very, very important. There is a relation between man and nature, and both man and nature dependent on it. Both of these are interdependent on each other. Quick and efficient means of transportation have converted the present day world into a global village. Database has been enriched by audio, visual media and informations. Technology being an integrating discipline. Geography, I can say like this, that being an integrating discipline, geography is linked with several natural and social sciences, isn't it? And the primary aim of natural and social sciences is to understand the reality. What type of reality? The reality in this sense that what is going on, what is happening on the earth's surface. Is there any change taking place? Is something dynamism? Or is something, if we call that geography geography is related to dynamism? Yes, of course, that the face of the earth on and often changes. It keeps on changing, isn't it? So, the primary aim of natural and social science is to understand the reality. Geography is equipped to comprehend the associations of phenomena as related in sections of reality. Yes, so geography is based on facts, okay, facts and figures that we collect. If we collect the data, suppose for example, if you have gone to frigid zone, oh, right, and then when you have moved from frigid to temperate, temperate to torrid zone, you can notice lot of things like changed lifestyle of the people, economic activities of the people, then you can see the variation in natural vegetation, you can see the variation in the temperature, you can see the variation in the precipitation, whether precipitation it may be in the form of rain, I mean liquid or in solid form, I mean all these things which you can see, and the evolution of the landform. What type of land, whether the people are living in the torrid zone or in frigid zone or in temperate zone, I mean what type of land is there, whether it's the mountainous, whether it is the hilly areas, the plain areas, the plateau areas, all these things which you can notice in these areas, right. In geography, as a student of geography, you study these things, right. Then you can see here that these sciences, I mean as far as the relation of geography with several natural and social and biological sciences, that depicts that these sciences are or it says that these sciences are closely related to geography, because there are spatial changes in their elements, and these sciences like geology, meteorology, hydrology, pedology, then botany, zoology, ecology, then philosophy, sociology, political science, all these are the subject matter of this single subject called geography, okay, and there are spatial changes in their elements, right. And geography is a subject which is capable of making us understand the reality in totality in its spatial perspective. Understood? Geography is a subject which is capable of making us understand the reality in totality in its spatial perspective. Thus, you can say that geography takes note of spatial variations. Okay. Now, let me focus on this word spatial, S-P-A-T-I-A-L, spatial. It is related to, this word is related to an area. Okay, an area, space. So, what is given here? That spatial perspective. Spatial perspective. Thus, geography takes note of spatial variations in the phenomena and also integrates them holistically. Obviously, a geographer is supposed to have the basic knowledge of all the related fields so that he is able to integrate them. The integration of the related fields is necessary to have a proper understanding of geography. Okay, so this is what about your integrated discipline. Now, I think that you must have understood how can we say that geography is an integrated discipline, right? And then the second topic which we would take up is why should we study geography, right? We study geography. As a student of geography, I would focus on a few things that students, of course, they should know about, that what does this geography study about, the subject, right? In this subject, you can have the visual sense of the earth's surface, when you visit to the different places, you can observe the different things, you can observe the variations on landforms, on natural vegetations, then you can observe the variations in the climate, right. So, this is what atmosphere, this is what we observe these things. And then to know as a subject, I mean geography also deals about the land and people. There is a variation uh, as far as there is a variation as far as the economic activities are concerned, then the variation in the land, whether what type of geomorphology, what type of geology, this I mean the evolution of the different types of land, right, the history of the land, I mean the as far as the development of the land, I mean the evolution of the different types of land, whether it is the mountains, the plateaus and the land and the hilly areas are concerned, then the people, their economic activities and their settlement, their infrastructure, all these things that we observe and we notice, we study in this settlement, I mean in this geography. Then to know the changes taking place throughout the geological period or geological time. What about the geological time? You study about lot of things like or the geological time like Pleistocene, then Carboniferous, then Miocene. I mean all these are the geological time, and with the passage of time or within due course of time, that number of changes, lot of changes have taken place, right. So, we study these things in geography, that through the different geological period that we study the different variations in the landforms, the evolution of the landforms, changes which are taking place in climate and the atmosphere, and then the wildlife and the depletion of the natural vegetation, all these things that we study about. Then develop the skills to convert globe into map, develop. And we also study how to develop, how to convert the globe into map. And map, what is that map? Map is map making, cartography is a subject which comes under this geography. And so this is what that cartography, I mean map making, the cartography is in fact the map making, okay. So, it is there, it's a part of, it's a subject matter of geography. Now, to answer the questions like what, where and why. Well, children, what about the what, where and why? Geography is a subject which discuss about what, where and why, and as far as the what is concerned, it is related to identification of the natural and the cultural features found over the earth's surface, okay. Now, where, what? Just now I told you. Now, where? What about where? There are other questions which are related to distribution. One was identification. What have you, how will you identify? Right? And the second one is, it is related to distribution of the natural and the cultural features over the earth's surface. Right? Such questions are related to where, right? And then why? Why? I mean, this is related to explanations or the causal relationships between features and the process of phenomena. Now, there is one example. If you have gone to Africa, then the people would ask you, what have you seen over there? Okay. Then others may ask you, where have you gone? Then, and another question would be, why have you gone? So, when you have visited, and you can answer these questions. So, what you have observed and what you have seen and what you have noticed in those places, there are different places. I think if you visit different places in Africa, then you can answer those questions. What have you seen? Where have you seen? And then why, I mean, when you have gone, what was the purpose? Why have you gone? So, this is what it is related to. What is related to identification, where is related to distribution, and why is related to explanation. So, geography seeks to answer these. Okay. Then to understand the basic streams that affect everyday life. Okay. Then to recognize a spatial distribution at all scales, local. I mean, geography is subject in which you study about the phenomena at local level as well as at national or international level, right? Suppose macro, meso and micro, these are the things, and if we distribute, if we classify the vegetation, or if we classify the climate, we can see that these things can easily be studied about. For example, vegetation, you know about the vegetation of your local area, you need to know about the vegetation of your state. Then suppose if you want to know about the vegetation in general of your country, you can know about. Then if you want to know about the vegetation in general, the classification of or the world has been classified into different vegetations. So what type of vegetations are there, you can study about. So geography is a subject in which you can study at macro level, meso level, or at micro level, okay. And then to appreciate earth as a homeland of humankind and provide insight for wise management decisions, okay. Now one more thing is here, that nature has provided lot of resources. Now we are supposed to use it, now we are supposed to utilize it. And if we exploit it excessively, definitely a time would come when there would be the depletion of the resources. So we have to know the judicious use. We need to focus on the proper planning of the resources, how to exploit, right? How to exploit that. Then we can also know about, what are the things? What are the things which you study about? I mean at macro, meso, just now I told you, and then this is what the decision, and as far as the decision is concerned, the management decision, the wise decision has to, that should be taken care of for the proper planning or for the proper management of the resources. So we need to take care of our future generation also, and if we need to take care of the future generation, we have to focus on sustainable development, okay. So all these things are the subject matter of geography. Now to understand the geography of past times, how geography has played an important role in the evolution of people, okay. Now evolution of people, right, and their ideas and the places and environments. Well, in the beginning we can say that in due course of time, that the changes have taken place with the development of the technology. We can say that the nature, in the beginning, that the nature dominated us, right. But with the passage of time, or in due course of time, and with the development of the technology in the present world, we can easily say this, that now we are humanizing the nature, right. Don't you think that we are humanizing it at present? So this is what we discuss about these things in geography. And then as the evolution of the people, the changes that is taking place with the passage of time, the different ideas and the skills and development, that is also taking place. And then the places, right, what about the places? The places, for example, that the different places earlier, it was it was not connected with the mainstream, but at present that the few places, even in Africa, I can give the example of Africa, that this is what connected with the mainstream, okay. So due to what the development in technology, in transportation, communication, we can say that at present that there are different places which are not being called as what, isolated places, that we are trying, and the world is trying to connect each and every part, right, through what? Through technology. So this is what we discuss all these things in geography, and there is a need to study geography as a subject. So I think you must have understood why should we study geography and how it is an integrating discipline. I hope you must have understood, right. So for today it's okay.